Would you ever wear football boots barefoot with no socks? Well, in 2016, Puma was of the opinion that you should, where we already had Evo Speed and Evo Power, so it was only logical for them to introduce this football boot right here, the Evo Touch, where for the sake of touch and feel, the boots featured a super thin and actually very soft kangaroo leather upper, an external heel counter, along with a sole plate and stud pattern that looked fairly straightforward, definitely in the realm of speed boots more than anything, but you can see around the back it had this kind of wonky looking extended collar piece, and then across the top of the foot you had some exposed knit. This is what they called their Evo knit material, and it basically lined the entire inside of the boot, where if I push it down you can see it wraps all the way around your foot. And take a peek inside, you'll find a bunch of these Grip-Tex arrows, which are actually a slightly grippy material that not only line the back of the heel to help hold your heel in place, but look down the bottom and it lines the entire bottom of the foot, where you could put in some included insoles for a little bit of extra cushion, but the idea of this was the entire inside was that Evo knit material, which meant that you didn't have to wear socks, which is why they included these somewhat unusual but definitely matching sleeves with a stirrup at the bottom, so you could still have some socks covering your shin guards and legs, but not have any socks on your feet. Where in fairness to Puma, you could get away with wearing these barefoot and they would be comfortable enough, although you could make the argument, at least I would, that you were at a much higher risk of getting blisters, especially in hotter environments, simply based on the fact of having so many exposed abrasions directly against your foot. So wearing these with socks was definitely the best way to do so, just like any other football boots. It was a really interesting concept by Puma, a bold one to say the least, but as far as this going over well with consumers, unfortunately, it just didn't hit. Solid boots overall, but understandably a concept that came and went pretty quickly.